Maurice M. Glazer and Glazer Financial Network presents Tax Planning and Living Abroad. To see more videos or to find out more information, please go to www.glazerfinancial.com or call 888-553-7059.
If you sell foreign property for gain, you're not liable for both countries, as I was saying. You can offset one or the other. Right now, it sure is cheaper to pay U.S. tax than it is Canadian tax. But if you have to pay Canadian tax because it's a real estate deal or whatever, then you're going to get credit for it up to the 15% in the U.S. Same thing in Canada.
But is that only assuming that you're also a citizen of Canada?
No, it has nothing to do with that. Nothing to do with it. You're going to pay, if you have a real estate deal in Mexico and you make a capital gain, pay capital gains tax, you still report it in the U.S., but we only pay 15% there. You get a credit of up to...
You could only file in that country if you're a citizen of that country.
No, not true. You still might pay capital gains tax in Mexico.
You just report it on your U.S. tax.
Well, you report it in the U.S. and you're going to pay it and report it in Mexico or Costa Rica, where it can be considered a second home. I have a thought always of buying a home down here and using it as a second home, letting my employees and all our kids and grandkids use our the idea that I can,
Hey, Maureen, you remember when Salvador was asking the lawyer from Lee McKenzie about income related to if the income comes to the U.S., you live in Mexico? Remember the exemption that you were there?
this one.
All right. This is really good. I just want to make sure you talk about it.
Let's say you come down here, like Salvador is a passive income producer, okay? He's coming down to Mexico.
Receiver, don't get into trouble.
Oh, he's not supposed to work, so I was lying. Just a story.
I just received that, and we'll do nothing.
Anyway,
There's
let's
an
say he
agent
comes-
here, the IRS agent in here checking.
Let's say he comes down here and he gets a job with Mark selling real estate, and he makes $90,000. He can exclude for 2010 $91,500. Canada's the same thing. We have an exclusion there also. So if you're working here, and you make commissions, then you can get that credit. But you have to be out of the country 330 days. Some of you are thinking of buying a home and retiring offshore, hopefully here in Puerto Bahia. And if you do, then you're going to get a credit. So like myself, Caroline and I can live anywhere. I mean, at this stage, we can live anywhere. Puerto Vallarta is good because it's only 2.5 hours for most of our kids. You know, one is in New York, so that's further. But you know, so I could work down here. I could take my money down here. I could work on a computer down here, and conceptually turn around and exclude 91,000. Then of course Caroline's on my payroll, so we can exclude another 91,000 if we were making that much. So all of a sudden we got 180,000, and that's on the net income. So if I have a home there and then Mark rents me an office in his big office down the road, then I would also be able to deduct those expenses. I'd be able to have a car there. I'd be able to, you know, same rules. And I could get the exclusions. I could exclude almost $200,000 right off the top.
In actuality, you can only claim your place of residence and your second home as a mortgage deduction. Is that correct?
Yeah, one of the big things that people were doing back when Mark and I started all this 5-6 years ago was people were saying, okay, we're establishing residency in Mexico, and they still had a main residence in the U.S. So they would get the exclusion here and the exclusion there. Because, you know, in the U.S. we get 500,000, right, if we're married, 250 if we're single. Mexico is pretty much the same. But the real issue is you can't have two permanent residences. So the governments got together, Mexico and U.S., and said, hey, you're either a resident of Mexico or you're a resident of the U.S. And with these kind of rules that we have, You know, I would think that anybody who's sort of working offshore and is out of the country 330 days, you'd make this your permanent residence. The other reason that you'd make it your permanent residence, Baker McKenzie is way too polite and way too, what do we call it, stodgy? Stodgy. Good attorney, right? Good attorney. The point is that in Mexico, if you know Mark Talon and Armando, and you know their attorney, I don't care. You know, if they're using Baker McKenzie, that makes me feel good. Okay, that they're using it. That they're using it. I don't want to use them. I'm going to find someone who does it more reasonably, right? But the point is that if you know the developer, you know the developer's attorney, not them, but you know their attorney, you know the notario, you can negotiate that capital gains tax. My client in Mexico City helped someone in Huatuco reduce his tax from, I'm going to say, $250,000 down to $30,000. Because the notario can decide to use fair market value for the cost basis. There's alternatives to determining capital gains. He didn't discuss it. I can show it to you. And there's issues, there's things we can do. Got to have smart people. You know, Mark and I might not be the smartest, but we know who's smart. Right? I mean, we go to the notario and say, hey, you know, can you help us? On the retirement plan investing, we were having problems with where we bought a condo with guaranteed income, and the owner didn't want to put it in a pension plan and give them a fideicomiso trust in the pension plan. It was more difficult for him. He didn't want to think of it. I hired the attorney. We got it done. Okay, and the point is, the reason we wanted to do that is the guy's broke. The only money he had left to invest, and he says, hey, I might as well put my money offshore. I might as well put it into something that'll give me 7% a year for the first 2 years, and then I can rent it.
Thanks for watching. To find out more information on what you just saw, or if you have any other tax or lifestyle planning questions, please give Maury a call at 888-553-7059 or email Maury at mglazer@glazerfinancial.com. To see more videos and to see our schedule of upcoming webinars, please visit our website at www.glazerfinancial.com. As always, we offer complimentary consultations with a 3-year tax review.